Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending where you are in the world. It's a real honor this morning to have this session. And you're hitting me. What's going on?
Bring Dr. KOA?
That's going to come in. Yes,
Oh, I'm
absolutely.
sorry.
Okay. So, folks, as you know, Tammy and I love to host these trainings in the morning and on a Saturday morning, I should say. And again, this is 10 o'clock Eastern time. And from time to time, we're going to be sharing some knowledge, some information to help you build your business. We're going to give you some gold nuggets, some of our experiences. Tammy and I had a wonderful experience within this industry, and GotBackup is coming at a time where it's very exciting. And from time to time, we're going to be interviewing some of our elites, some of our leaders that are really doing well in their business. And the future is very bright, and we want you to learn from them. And this is what it's all about, is we want to create an environment that can really help you thrive. But as we begin, we will always like to recognize all of you here that are in the room. And I notice, Lou, every morning, every time we start, you're there, first one on the list, first one to comment. Thank you for being there. I really appreciate your feedback and really appreciate your support in everything we do. We have here Francis from the Philippines. Welcome. Awesome. That's a country we visited at least 16 times. I mean, we love the Philippines, especially when we do our shopping, right? Tammy and I are not tall people. So even in the Philippines, we're actually average height. And the fact is that this is where we get all our stuff.
We love the Philippines.
And UNM from Ghana, welcome. Esther from Ghana, welcome. We have Johnny here from Ghana. Let's see, we have Andrew, welcome Andrew. We have Evans, welcome from Ghana. We have here Michaelina, welcome from Ghana. We have Tony from New Brunswick, Canada.
Awesome.
Welcome. We have Denise from Burlington, Ontario. Hey, Denise, welcome. We have Dorothy from Ghana. We have Akedi, welcome. And we have Sylvie from Quebec City. We have Mark from Idaho, USA. We have Renee from Cornwall, Ontario. We have Onikwari, thank you. Okay, I hope I pronounced it correct. From Ghana, thank you. And again, I apologize if I messed your names a little bit. I'm sorry about that. Okay, we have Cynthia here. We have Dr. Ricky from Taylor, Texas. Awesome. We have Lois from Ghana. We have Artie from Augusta. Welcome. This is awesome. We have here, let's see here. You guys keep coming in. This is great.
Oh my gosh, yes. So many people. This is awesome. I love global
from Nigeria. We have Nigerian presence. This is really awesome.
Lots of Ghanaians.
Absolutely. We have Randy. Randy, how are you, buddy? It's a real honor to have you here. And again, thank you for everything you do. Everybody in the company is going to be enriched because of your knowledge you've passed on to our CEOs. Thank you so much.
We got Thailand in the house. Awesome.
This is awesome.
Good
we have
stuff.
Kim from Florida. Kim, how are you? We haven't seen you for a while. Welcome. We have Abudu from Ho, Ghana. That's a nice city. We've been there a few times. We have Samuel from Ghana. We have Sina from Ghana. We have William from Pennsylvania?
Yeah.
We have here Mike from Arizona. Awesome. Must be really hot now. We have Kelly from New York. We have Nad from Ghana. We have Smart Money from Chicago. That's a beautiful city. Awesome. Sherry, welcome from Toronto. Oh, we have some Toronto friends here. Awesome. Richard from Toronto. Welcome, Richard. Akedi from Ghana. We have Al from Ghana, and we have Nikwa from Ghana. This is real awesome. So here today, folks, we're very fortunate because we have, and again, if my head is turning around, folks, now that I'm not looking at the camera, I have a couple monitors, I have my notes and everything else. But we have some really we have an exciting session today that we want to share with you. And our special guest is Dr. KOA. He's known by Dr. KOA. And Dr. KOA, Tammy and I have known him for many years. We've been in business before. He's an amazing leader. He reached Emerald with GotBackup. Actually, this is just an incredible mile accomplishment that he's done. And I see him becoming a black diamond. He's a wonderful leader. He's a great mentor, really well educated. He's a professor also. He teaches. Just an amazing guy. Great philosophy, great attitude.
We've traveled the world together, and we watched him get married and have children. So we've known each other for a long time, and it's truly a pleasure to do this session today.
So Dr. KOA, we want to thank you for taking the time. I know you had to make some adjustments to be available this morning. to be with us here. Let me just stop the screen share for a moment. Okay, perfect. So that we can focus on you, and I know that. Okay, I want to make sure now, everybody. I want to make sure, Dr. KOA, did I remove the screen share right now? Yes. Yeah. Actually, we never. Okay, that's good. I think we're good here. Perfect. Okay, so at this point, Dr. Kway, again, we want to thank you for taking the time to be with us, and we do have a few questions for you, but it just really give you an opportunity to respond here. So thank you again for taking the time to be with us this morning.
Thank you,
Or your afternoon. Now, what I would love to start with is, could you tell us a little bit about yourself and why you decided to join GotBackup? I know there's many opportunities, there's many things you can choose to put your time in. Why GotBackup? And then we share with the audience a little bit about yourself.
All right. Thank you. Thank you so much, Chris. And thank you, Tammy. I've always looked up to you. I remember when you were teaching me how to present. And
years ago.
Yes, and I was scared. I thought I would not be able to present. Today, I'm teaching others to present. So I always tell my team members that you are our great grandparents in the industry. And I personally always learn from your humility and the way you're able to put leaders together. And no matter what, you have that skill, and I really appreciate that. And it's one thing I'm really learning. So I'm humbled to be here. I was born in Ghana, bred and battered in a village. I have gone through the ordinary life of African. I have carried wounds on my head. I've been bitten by a scorpion. I have sold petty things on the road. I have helped my mother sell things to feed the family. Even whilst I was going to the university, I was selling things in a major market in Accra called Kantamanto. I will starch the clothes, iron them. During Christmas, people like to buy chicken and other things. So I diversified my business. I will now go to chicken selling, and then I'll come back. So I think I've had my fair share of how to live the ordinary life of an African. And I think it has helped me. And this was all when I was going to school. I did not think that education alone or classroom alone is enough, because I could see the people I'm looking up to, and I could see how they were struggling in the process. So I did that, finished my school, and because I seem to have inculcated all of this in me, anytime I saw opportunities, I want to look at it. I want to examine it. I want to get into it, because I knew that relying on a job alone is not enough. And I've seen it doesn't matter where the person is. Even those with businesses even want multiple businesses. So how much more those without? So I realized that I needed a backup. And so whilst I was still doing my career job as an academic, I decided to do this. But the reason why I joined GotBackup actually is because of you. It is said that sometimes people don't join the business, they join you. So when I looked at you and I saw how I love the industry of data, of cloud. Actually, I teach artificial intelligence now. I teach data analytics. But even that, I had to look at you because I've also known you. And you see, Chris, when you speak and you say something, I sense the truth that you're telling me. And I say to myself, even if nobody's going to do it, I'm going to do it. And I could see that Tammy has always been with you all these years. And you guys have been successful, no matter what others are. I remember some time ago, you showed me the people you started your previous business with, and all of them have gone. All of those you started with have gone. And they were the early beginners, and they've all gone except you. You were there. And I said, look, yes, I want to do that. It means that you must have gone through some tough time to still be hanging in there. And I could see how you've reached the top. So for me, that is what encouraged me to be part of this GotBackup family.
That is wonderful.
And you've grown so much. I mean, we've known you for many, many years, and we see you in GotBackup. And obviously we know that you're going right to the top because you have what it takes, and you're such a team player, and you're so wise. I love listening to you. I know that you've had some success in GotBackup as of now, and maybe if you wouldn't mind sharing with the audience, something particular that you have reached that you wanted to share with others in the audience that are trying to reach your level right now as an emerald?
To be honest, when I started GotBackup, I wanted to go so fast. I remember Eric Worre always says that success loves speed. It loves speed. And if you want to go in, you go all in before you go all out. Don't say, I want to register and then wait and then take my time. No. So I remember when I started immediately, that first day, Chris spoke to me and I got registered. I was just registering people. I was in that month, I think I registered over 15 people because I was just ready. I wanted to go so quickly because I knew that now that my energy is there, I needed to do that. And for those that I could meet, I made sure that I met them. I respected the business, and I realized that if I don't put respect on my business, they will not put respect on the business. So I don't just call them, but sometimes I tell them to meet me. And so I have my laptop. I'll go to the ANC mall. I go and sit there and wait for them. Sometimes I say, can we have some lunch together because this is important? And the importance I place on that, it will make anybody that I present to the person is ready. Okay. Some of them, I'll tell them, please, when you're coming, make sure you have $140 with you. At that time, it was $140. And they had it already with them. They don't know why. I say, you have it with you. When you don't like what I tell you, you go back with it. So it's like I've psyched their mind already. So when they come, it's like they've already brought it. So what should they do? They can't go with it. One lady said, look, I mean, to be honest, if you have not told me to bring this money, I wouldn't have been able to register that day. And so that's what I did. I was just moving. I was excited. It's like a new baby boy who has seen his new toy. I was playing with GotBackup. I was just going all through.
Folks, I hope you're learning from this.
Yeah, you got to be on fire.
Yes, I hope you're learning from this because, there's an expression that people will travel miles to see you burn. Yeah. It's an expression where when someone's excited, everybody wants to know why is he excited about. So this is a really important point, and I hope you're seeing that. Another thing that he's talking about is he prepares his prospects as to what is to come. So if they choose to be part of this, which based on his way of communicating, he's very confident they will, that you have the money to get started. Mm-hmm. Right. So this is wonderful. And there's many other, and again, I do recommend for you to come back to this recording as it is recorded in real time right now on the YouTube channel of GotBackup. Listen to this because there's often you're going to listen to something the first time and you may see some things, you may hear some things, but the second time and third time or fourth time, then you start registering other elements and gold nuggets that are passed along. Which bring me to my point, which is my third question for you is, how do you remain optimistic, right? Through trying circumstances. Let's face it. I remember the first time I went in Ghana was in 2013, I think. And I remember the Ghana CDs at the time was like 2.7, 3 point something. It went up as high. Let me rephrase that, folks. What I'm talking about here is the $1 American against, for example, the Ghana CDs, right? It was about 2.7, 2.8. And it went as high as 13, 14. I don't know if it went to 14, but I knew it was going quite high. That has created an incredible obstacle when it comes to inflation, right? And I know that GotBackup comes at a point where everybody can afford it, right? Most companies, I know for a fact, because we've been doing this for decades, what GotBackup charges in 1 year, they have to pay. In fact, it's half price compared to what they have to pay every single month. GotBackup is 1 year. And then you pay again in 1 year from now, and you get all of these wonderful service. So back to you here. How do you remain optimistic with all these challenges that are coming in and the situation that's going around the world? And sometimes people feel like we have a dark cloud above us right now with everything that's going on. How do you remain optimistic and positive in facing all of these challenges?
Thank you, Chris. My mentor, one of my mentors said, we are a vibrational being and you vibrate at your frequency. And Tammy has been saying that you become what you think about, and what you think about expands. If I see the economy as rough, the inflation is there, I think about that negativity, it will expand in my head. And that is what I tell people. I was training my team the other time, and I told them, do you know how cheap GotBackup is? And as I explained how cheap it is, they never saw it as it's expensive again. They didn't care about what dollar amount it is. It is what I project to people, and I project to myself. That is what they buy. If I tell them this is $1,000, but we are getting it $1,002, and I explain why I think we are getting $1,002, and I drop that into their head. The person sees it as a no-brainer. He wants to buy it. And despite circumstances that have gone, even during COVID, I tell people that when you are positive about things, positivities also come to you. When you are negative, you see more negative, because the thing is that you're going to see more negatives anyway if you open your eyes to negativities. Okay? For example, I tell people that the word fear is false evidence appearing real. If you put a child who is 2 years into a room and you tell that child in a dark room that there is a lion coming, that child doesn't know fear, and so that child will not be bothered. But the same adult, if you put that person into a room and you tell the person there is a lion, that fear can kill the child. So if you don't know a negative thing, it doesn't hurt you. But if you know a negative thing, even if when the negative thing is not there, just the knowledge alone can kill you. So many people even got sick during COVID when they had no COVID. A person can die of cancer when he has no cancer, just because the doctor made a mistake and told the person, hey, you have cancer. So our mind is the most unexplored continent in the universe. You accept it, you will act in that way. There's something they call the nocebo effect. There's a placebo effect and the nocebo effect, where a person can be hypnotized to think that there is a scorpion on your skin when there is no scorpion on your skin. And once your mind believes there's a scorpion on your skin, you begin to get the burns on your skin just like a scorpion has done, because your mind has accepted. So with some of the books I read, the videos I watch, the motivations I listen to, I will not allow any negative. I become so positive that negative people are even afraid to come near me. And that is what makes, and like you said, people are attracted by positivism, by optimism, by like, you don't care. There was somebody I told about this business. The person says, and so what? And then the person said, get out. I don't need this kind of things that is happening. And I started laughing. I said, okay, you're lost. And he says, I thought you'd be angry. I said, why should I be angry with something you are losing and I'm gaining? And the person says, okay, how much is it? And the person registered. The person is here. No. So that when I detach myself from negativity, from being too emotional about a thing, I win. And in my mind, I'm winning. When people join me, I'm winning. When they don't join me, I'm winning. When they want to support me, I'm winning. When they don't want to support me, it's like you feel you are success bound. So their definition of you doesn't matter. And that is what keeps me going, Chris. There are tough times I face in my life, even now, but I still keep going because the brain is attuned it on a positive line.
You know, Tammy and I can relate to that so much. And you are so dead on. And that's why I often use the expression. I know you've seen it or heard it somewhere. You know, what you think about expands, what you focus on expands. And it's just
energy matches energy.
Yes.
You know?
And it's just amazing when you talk to people, and some of them, they live out of drama. Mm-hmm. And you turn the TV and you start watching things. It's all about drama. You watch the news. It's all about drama. You're
stay away from it.
it's constantly drawing you. And at the end of the day, it affects your mindset. Mm-hmm. And that's what I love about the industry of network marketing is people are aware of the importance of positive and being positive, just the way you described it. And this is contagious. I've seen a few comments here. You know, Dr. KOA is contagious, right? That's what I'm talking about. This is exactly. So for those of you here that want to be successful in this business, what are you learning from this? Well, you want to remain positive. When you're negative and dwelling, people don't want to be around that. There's enough of it around for a lifetime, for probably 100 lifetimes. We have enough of this. But when someone comes in and bright and shines, people want to have a piece of that, and they crave for that. Give you an example. At one point, I was doing some a training of some kind about positive mindset. I was looking for things. I started looking on YouTube for positive reinforcement, affirmation, and I found the channel. It blew my mind. This channel has something like I don't know, like 2 or 3, or I don't remember. It was millions of people that are basically what's the word we use for YouTube there, that are part of the group there, right? That are, the words are not coming.
The subscription.
Yeah, subscribe.
Yeah.
Like over millions and millions of subscribers. And these videos were done about 7 or 8 years ago.
Yeah.
That was a year
That's
ago.
true.
And there's an app that you can run when you go to a YouTube channel. It tells you how much they, how it's monetized on a monthly basis. It was saying around 20 to 30,000 a month they were earning for something they did 7 years ago. Talk about passive.
People are looking for this.
That's my point.
Yeah.
People are searching and looking for positive reaffirmation. So I don't want to take the floor here, Dr. KOA. I wanted to underline how important what it is you just talked about. So thank you for sharing this. Really do appreciate that.
Before I go to the next question, I want to ask you, what book do you recommend for all of the viewers here that made the most impact on you in this area of how to attract and to have the right mindset? I know you have probably lots on your mind. One in particular that really hit home.
Well, one of the books that I think is crucial is The Alchemist.
Yes.
Oh yes.
Yes.
It's deep. It's deep. It's deep. It's like you want to know the end. And then you come to the end, then you realize the end is in the beginning.
I know.
and I see that that's how this business is. It's like you want to get to the end, but the end is what you started with in the beginning. Once you just keep the basic beginning information well and work with that same thing, you get to the end. And if you want to start again, you still have to do that same beginning thing that brought you there. And so
it's a phenomenal book.
Yeah.
What was the author again? Paulo
Coelho.
Paulo Coelho.
Yeah, I remember Ukuchukwu, right?
Yes.
Is the leader from Nigeria. I also had some mentorship from him for about 6 months, and he referred that book. And brilliant, absolutely brilliant, right?
Yeah.
And incredible Nigerian leader.
Yeah.
But
so what advice would you give the group here that are listening? And obviously, there's going to be a lot of people catching the recording on how to gain momentum. Like when especially when you're new or you're in a rut and you need to get into momentum.
Yeah. One of the things, you see, that word is a very powerful word. Momentum. Moment comes from the word moment. Okay. So momentum is like every day you have to be doing something to yourself. Momentum is not from outside, it's from inside. And it builds. There's an African proverb that says, if there is no enemy within, the enemy outside can do you no harm. So sometimes the enemy is within. We all face the same challenges. Probably you are facing a challenge, but until you get to know someone's challenge, you think your challenge is the biggest of all. But that person is thriving, is still doing well, because it is not what is outside that the person is focusing on. The person is focusing on what is inside. So one of the things that I think I do to motivate myself is that you give a lot, you learn a lot and give a lot. So you are always learning. You are always learning, and not learning and keeping it, but you are giving. For those of us who are silver, gold, platinum, I tell you, you got to give. You got to train and train and train and train. But before you train, you will have no choice than to learn and then come and give. And the more you are giving, the more you are getting better. The more you are getting better. The more you are getting better. You feel satisfied, even if you've not gotten the money yet. You feel that you are fulfilling a purpose. You are being significant. You are making an impact in the lives of people. And eventually, their value will command its own returns. Eventually, whether you like the money or not, the money will come because you've already done the work that is supposed to give the income. But for that to happen, you build you. I like the principle of Myron Golden. It says, be, do, and have. become first. If you want to become a black diamond, if you want to be a black diamond, become a black diamond. It's like act like a black diamond. A black diamond is a leader. A black diamond is fearless. A black diamond is a teacher, is a trainer, is a learner. And do that. If you have no one to lead you, be there first, show up first, talk first, do first. Once you are doing that, you are becoming. The next thing now is to do. Okay, so once you have become, you got to do. You got to take the action. Be the most prospecting person in your team. Prospect as many people. Is that I prospected to try and go 10. If you can do 10, try and go 20. Do stretch yourself to the very limit. And it gets to a point, it's no longer work. It's like a habit. It's like a what do you call it? A hobby. Because I tend to like the people who are footballers, number 10 footballers. They are playing all level. They are playing in winger, they are playing midfield, they are playing everywhere. They don't have a position because they love to play. So they are given that freeness to play around on the pitch. And these people work the most and they get tired the least because the love is there. So become and then do. The last one is have. Once you become more, you will do more. Once you do more, you will have more. There's no doubt about it. But if you become little, if you try to hide, if you don't show up, if you don't want to do, if you do little, if you become little, you will do little. And once you do little, you have little. The same way, if you do become nothing, you don't have anything to do because you have become nothing. So you are not doing anything. And so you will not have anything. But if you become abundant, you will do abundantly and you will have abundantly. You are the first. You are the champion. You are the controller. You are the captain of your own ship. You cross your Red Sea to your promised land. No one is coming. Once you take that decision that I'm going to fight, come hell or high water, I will do whatever it takes to get there. Chris, it won't happen. It won't happen. It's happening.
Dr. Kway, you should be a preacher.
I love this. I love this.
You are brilliant. I enjoy it.
And wouldn't it would have been great? I don't know about in Africa, but here in Canada, in our schooling system, you know, or our family, our teacher, or our parents, our environment. It's always, well, if you do this, you'll have this. There was no vision at the beginning to see the bigger picture of what you can become, and then do it, and then you can have it. Yeah. I remember seeing the be, do, have, like probably at the beginning when I learned the industry, and it was like, wow, it was amazing when I got that concept.
And it's true.
Yeah, you have to visualize it first.
Yes, Tammy touched on something really, really important here, because our educational system is not designed to liberate you. It is designed to educate you to become an employee. And so the mindset is very different. And then you have the network marketing environment that comes into play that will teach you entrepreneurship, all the skills that are needed. When a leader who have reached a certain level of success in network marketing becomes such an asset, it could become such an asset to any corporation out there.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Right, because of the skills that you're describing right now. And again, it's not to put down our educational system, because at the end of the day, they do what they've learned to do, and it's just been passed on. But our educational system is hundreds of years old. Things has evolved. We think different now. It's especially with AI coming to be. We have to keep evolving, right? We can't learn like we used to learn, because other countries, I'm telling you, are going to evolve, and these are the people that are going to thrive. And that's one of the reasons why I wanted you here, Dr. KOA, and Tammy and I do interviews from different dual members of society from different countries to represent the kind of talent that's out there. Because often people look at Africa, thinks it's a country. I'm not kidding. I mean, there are many, many, many countries in Africa. There's East, there's West, there's South. So at the end of the day here, folks, there's so much going out there. And eventually we want to go and bring the Philippines, and we want to bring the Canadians and the Americans and the Colombians and the Australians, New Zealand. At the end of the day, we're going to catch everybody over time, so you can get a feel, and you're going to find some very common grounds with what Dr. KOA is talking about. So Dr. Kway, this is not a long call, folks, but again, if you have some questions for Dr. Kway on the comment section, please feel free to post them. So my next question for you is, looking ahead with, with what's going on with GotBackup, right? What excites you about the future of GotBackup?
Grace, when I look at this question, my head is just crazy. It's just crazy. It's just crazy. Dear me. It's just, honestly, it's just crazy. It is said that wisdom is the ability to see what is obvious. Hugo has been using that when it is a secret. It's crazy. I look at my job that I do. I look at the industry of AI, and it's taking over everything. Even as we speak now, it's taking over everything. And data, AI doesn't move unless data is there.
Correct.
Without data, AI is zero. And GotBackup is data. It's saving data, all forms of data, whether it's pictures, videos, documents, registry, everything. And you have something that is saving. It's like the foundation of AI. And when you look at how people are using it not only in electric cars, people are using it in food preparation, they are using it in marketing, they are using it in agriculture, they are using it in robotic engineering, machine learning, deep learning, several things, natural language processing, text mining, all of these. Before you talk about the ChatGPT, GotBackup is sitting at the middle of it. And I see the future. Put money aside. Put money aside. This thing is a real deal. It's a big deal. Without us, this is going to grow anyway. Without me, it's going to grow. It's going to just balloon that way. So why won't I be part of the boat anyway? This is my moment. I'm glad that this has come to stay. I'm so glad, because without even money attached to it, people are going to do this. People are running. The industry, when Joel shows the industry is predicted to be close to $500 billion by 2030. And so we see where this is going. And the players are few. It's not like other organizations where the players are so many. The players are few. Then you have GotBackup now giving income already to people. No other company. Imagine if Netflix were to say that if you are able to get one person into Netflix, we will pay you, consistently. That's what GotBackup is doing. Imagine if Dropbox or Google Drive or iCloud is doing that. That is where we are. And now all of those players have seen that GotBackup is doing it. So people are gradually shifting. They are moving into coming to GotBackup. So this thing is going to grow. And so the income possibilities are just unlimited. I see, and the good thing is other network marketing professionals are coming into us because it doesn't conflict with any other network marketing company. So the people even need our services to grow their businesses. So honestly, it is the time. This is the moment for anybody with a futuristic mind to know that we are going to grow significantly. And that is why I'm excited. So the future is happening. And the next couple of, Chris, you said it. You said by 5 years' time, we'll not talk about, they may have to expand the comp plan. They have to change the black diamond. You realize that you have to have double black diamond and things like that, that are coming. I tell people, Chris, the real people to do GotBackup probably have not even come yet.
Yeah.
The people that will shake the very foundation of this probably have not come. When they come and you and I are already there, it will just go that way. And that is the joy of the future I see.
Brilliant. Absolutely. And I just wanted to touch on something, because what you shared is very accurate. Is, maybe the biggest, leader or most well-paid hasn't signed up yet. And folks, there's a lot of professional in this business. Mm-hmm. And here's a tip I want to give you, all of you here, because often it happens where someone might be introduced into this business that is not necessarily a professional, but he happens to be bringing a professional. But again, remember, in this business, like attracts like, right? You're not going to have someone that works, for example, and a lower level job to recruit a CEO of a company. So generally there is a relation there. But my point in saying here is that there are going to be some people in your business that are going to do better than you. And why bring this up? Because Tammy and I have been mentoring people for decades in this business. And we have seen people sabotaging leaders and people that came into the business in fear that they felt humiliated that their downline did better than them. Never fear that. If someone is better than you in your business, duck.
That's easy for us. We're short.
Let them go.
Yes.
Because remember, you are benefiting from the residual of what's going to happen.
Yes.
I just wanted to have an opportunity to share this because so many times I have seen implosion, people self-destructing out of ego and out of fear of, well, this person's my downline, I'm the upline, I should be. No, don't think that way. No. There are people you're going to bring into your business that are just born stars. Let them thrive. Don't get in their way. In fact, just encourage them. Be supportive, because especially at the beginning, you know your ecosystem, and they may need to learn from you, but don't get offended by someone that does better than you. I'm telling you, if you learn this well, you'll be very wealthy in this business. If you don't learn this well and you start sabotaging when this occurs, you will block the growth of your business, which will affect your outcome. So I just thought of, as you were sharing this, Dr. KOA, I wanted to mention that because Tammy and I have been dealing with things like this for decades, and I thought it was an opportunity to bring this in. Now,
celebrate everybody at every level, and because that's what it's all about, eh? It's helping people spread their wings and to grow personally. And as people do that, they grow in ranks and celebrate everybody at every single rank. And everybody just have fun together. And there's no competition, you guys. Seriously, there's no competition. Whatever you want to compete against it's your goals.
I noticed right? that the computer's not plugged. So continue. I need to plug it in.
Oh, okay. Oops. And just to add one thing that Joel always says, and this really stuck in my mind because we watch their presentations every Wednesday night, no matter what, we're there. Because there's something that we need to learn from, or you pick up something, you need to hear it a couple times so you can just habitually say it, right? The one thing that Joel says, and I use this now every time I talk to people, is we're habitually using this stuff every single day, taking pictures, taking videos, saving documents. We don't even think about it, right? So it's a huge opportunity right there. And it's unconsciously paid for. That clicked in because let's face it, all of us get our credit card bills and we don't look at the little things. We don't look at the little numbers, right? But we look at the bigger numbers and we see how we can maybe get something less expensive or whatever based on people's budgets. But when he said that, I was like, oh my gosh, people need to know this. And it's such an easy conversation to have with people because they get it, because they're habitually using their phones and they don't pay attention to the small $10. Like if they want to pay $100 up front, they can do that.
We certainly recommend it. It's cheaper.
Well, yeah, that's what we did for sure.
Yeah, and your business will explode a lot quicker, and it's kind of nice where you don't have to deal with a transaction every month. Yeah,
and the retention's it's massive because we've been in the industry for a long time.
Yeah.
And not everybody can afford to be on an auto ship for $200-300 a month. Not everybody can do this, but absolutely everybody can do this. So yeah, it's a no-brainer.
So in closing, Dr. KOA, there's an event that's coming in Ghana right now in June 30th. I know you're hosting that, and I know that the importance of getting people to get out of their homes and go into an event and mingle with people since the pandemic, we're still dealing with that's this getting back people into a momentum of attending events. So I know how important that is, and I'm really, really proud that you're hosting an event in Ghana. Can you tell us all about it and how people can actually attend this event if they happen to be living in Ghana?
Okay, so the event is 30th June. It is happening on 30th June at 4 p.m. on Sunday at the Turmeric Hotel. It's very well known in the city of Accra in East Legon. And the essence of this is that we believe, and you know that Eric Worre said that events build beliefs. Chris, the way I'm talking here and the way you and Tammy are talking here, people are excited. I see a lot of excitement on the chat, but it's different if we were really facing and looking at each other. It's a whole new level. You see you even be sweating in the room, and that sweat is exciting. You know, the atmosphere when it is charged, when people come to events like that and they see how people are excited, it's infectious. It affects them. People want to be happy. There's too much sadness in the world. And when people see a group of people excited, happy, there's going to be dancing. There's going to be cultural group. There's going to be a VIP, red carpeted group ushered into the places. There's going to be a great MC, gentleman, called Christmas. There's going to be incredible people,
awesome,
who are going to be there. There's going to be videographers who are videoing and showing incredible things. That excitement. There's going to be lots of gifts, printed T-shirts and Lacoste T-shirts for GotBackup. All of it. There are gift of pens, gift of perfume, several things that are going to be given out there. It is going to generate, and you see, the next day is 1st July. That is when, everything in GotBackup actually starts, truly. So we are exciting ourselves, preparing ourselves for the great coming day, the real change that's going to happen from GotBackup. And that is what we want people to do. Anybody that comes to that event will be charged. Even people who have registered, who have not really seen the real nitty-gritties of GotBackup, the dead will rise. They will wake up and they will see that Africa has taken this to a whole new level.
Beautiful.
I'm so excited.
In fact, Dorothy just posted here the location. And folks, take note of these things. If you happen to be in Ghana, and I know that Nigeria is not too far, depending on where you are, obviously. There's also Togo. I know that's a French market. There's Burkina Faso. There's Côte d'Ivoire. Pay a visit to Ghana. It's in Accra, Ghana, right? This is in Accra.
Right.
Yeah. And it's a beautiful city. It's just, people are wonderful. Even the airport, I mean, it looks like a Toronto airport. It's crazy how the airport.
Oh, and Chris, something interesting. We've exceeded our expected number already before we even do the promo.
And here we are promoting more.
You always did.
Sorry.
I mean, you always did. There was always double the amount of people, and 2 presentations had to be
It's crazy. The number we expected, we have exceeded already. So before we actually bring the promo video, it's like all associates will have to stay outside the hotel.
No, I appreciate that. And Randy, this is a brilliant comment. Really appreciate that. And folks, those of you may not know Randy, I would say 2 weeks ago, not the past Saturday, but the one before, Randy's actually was interviewed, and we had a great session in reference to the enhanced compensation plan. Please go back and listen to this one also. This session here is a very important session, and Tammy and I will keep bringing leaders like Dr. KOA to the table, because it's important that you understand that there are going to be some very wealthy associates in GotBackup. Mm-hmm. And they are because of their mindset, because of their practices, because of the way they think and the things that they do. And I know that many of you here, I would think every one of you here would love to create the kind of passive income that can make you wake up in the morning like feeling, relax, right? And try to deal with the pressure that the society is causing today. GotBackup is one of those opportunities that, again, everybody needs and everybody can afford. So, Dr. Kway, as we end this session here, what are your last thoughts that you would like to share with the audience listening in?
I'm so grateful. And I really want to say thank you to Randy. I saw his comment. I love this guy so much. He doesn't know how much I appreciate it. He is so down to earth. He will support you in every way possible. People like him are rare. And to have him also here sharing his thoughts is just incredible. Hey, fellas, this is our moment. This is our time. This is our season. with or without you, someone is going to take the battle and move on. Okay, we either win or we perish. That is one of the book in Napoleon Hill's book. Okay, we either win or we perish, and we are going to win. We are the beginners of this. GotBackup is going to shine. It's going to take over the world. It's going to be every household name. And as for me and my household, we are. You see, when people sense it that they can't take you out of it, they will join you. That's it. When they sense that, look, I can't take this guy out of it, I have no choice. I have to join him because that is it. And when people see that, when the real moment comes, and everybody is talking about GotBackup, it is you they will look for because you've told them and you've maintained the relationship with them. Even though they didn't want to join, now they want to join because now it's obvious they have to join. But they know you because you told them about it. So let's take the book. It might look like nothing is working now for you. You are working. Mm-hmm. Nothing is working, but you are becoming. You are working. You are becoming. You are working. And you will do. And you will have. And that, when it explodes, when you have, that is when people will see that it was working. It was growing down there. It was growing.
Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. So, folks, you heard it here from Dr. KOA, and you're going to hear more from him and many of the leaders. And Tammy and I are actually going to be interviewing a few leaders from different parts of the world. And this is what we want to do is we want to create an environment for you to learn and for you to hear from leaders that are doing well, that are doing the right activities. So, Dr. KOA, I want to thank you so much for joining us, Tammy, and I really appreciate. I know you had to do some changes. I know you were teaching some classes this morning, and you decided to work it around so you could be available. So again, thank you so much. Really appreciate that. And folks, if you happen to be listening to this training or this session, this interview session, and you haven't signed up at GotBackup yet, maybe some of you came in from a prospect of someone that decided to invite you here, I recommend you get back with this person and enroll immediately. Start right now. Don't hesitate. Don't wait. There's a lot of videos and track record. You can go for at least 12 months of information, trainings, interviews for you to listen to do your due diligence. And then from there, get started. Because this train has started and it's starting to move now. Eventually, it's going to move very fast. And those of you that are in the train, when it's moving fast, of course, it will impact your income. So again, on behalf of Tammy and I here, Dr. Kway, thank you so much. Have yourself a great weekend. And everybody, thank you so much. And we're looking forward to see you on the Wednesday night with Joel's presentation. And I know that Dr. KOA, I know you do presentations. I know Esther does some presentation. And many of the leaders here do presentations. And make sure that you promote it into the Telegram group. Just make sure that it's geared towards GotBackup. And that way we can help you grow your audience and build your business.
So I just want one more thing, you guys, because we know Dr. KOA very well, and we know all the leaders in Ghana. We've been partners with a lot of these individuals for a long time. Ghana will be one of the, if not the top market in GotBackup. I just want to let you guys know that in advance. So you do what they do. Seriously, catch their fire. Because we've been working with them for a long time, and we know what it takes to build an international market. So there's going to be a lot of traveling into Ghana again, which I'm really, really excited because I love it. I love going back home. And so start building your markets, you guys. The world is your oyster. It really is. We have absolutely nothing stopping any one of us other than this here. Right between your ears. That's the only thing that's going to stop you from being Black Diamond in this company.
Beautiful. So everybody, have yourself a great rest of your weekend. And again, thank you very much for attending with us. And again, the call is recorded. It is sitting on the channel of GotBackup. Have yourself a great weekend, everybody. Bye for now. Thank you, Dr.